I no longer fast unless I have something specific to heal. So once you get your body really clean, you won't need to keep fasting to cleanse your body, because you can't really clean something that's clean, right? But I do fast relatively regularly because I seem to injure myself with some frequency. I still engage in activities where I hurt myself sometimes, whether it's motorcycles or quadricycles or surfing or rock climbing or mountain biking or whatever it is. And when I injure myself, I fast to heal. And so I fast probably an average of once a year. For the average now is probably 5 or 6 days. Sometimes it's a week or 10 days or even longer. Sometimes it's only 2 or 3 days. It just depends on what happens. But I only do it really if I have something specific to heal most of the time. When I'm fasting, I'll drink a couple glasses a day, usually. When I'm not fasting, I might drink only 2 or 3 glasses a week.
What?
Fruit.
The fruit?
Well, it's not just because of the fruit. So in every session, we have people that come here that live on a fruit-based diet. Often, we have a fruit eater who is the most dehydrated person here. How does that happen? I'll give you a hint. They've made one critical error in their thinking.
They didn't fast prior?
That's 2 critical errors in their thinking.
They think all their water comes from the fruit.
They believe that because they're eating a high water content diet, they don't need to drink any water. And that seems reasonable and logical to a lot of people. But remember, there's a big giant sponge of old hard material in your intestines. And until you get rid of that by fasting long enough and properly, you're never going to get hydrated. And so the water in the food alone is not going to be enough. You're going to have to drink quite a bit of water. It's fasting with no water, okay? People think that there's magical properties. There aren't. There's no science supporting those claims. What we know for a fact is that when you dehydrate your kidneys, you scar them and eventually they fail. You damage them significantly. Again, this is what happened to Robert Lockhart. 30 years raw vegan. Several years ago started dry fasting. He never drank water with his meals. Just fruit, no water. And he became increasingly dehydrated, and it killed him at the age of 75. Yeah.
I was just curious. You mentioned drinking like a couple pints of water when you fast now, if you do. And I was wondering, is that are you at that point? Are you listening to your body and just drinking when you're thirsty?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that just happens to be about how much you drink.
Yeah, and it would probably be less, but it's been probably close to 20 years, at least 15 years, since I haven't had calls with clients every day. Mm-hmm. So, we can be closed. I'm still working. I'm still spending 2 or 3 hours a day talking. Mm-hmm. And when I'm talking, my mouth is going to get dry if I'm not eating it. So I wind up drinking a little more than I otherwise would. I probably would drink less if I had if I could just rest completely, I'd probably be drinking less than that. The question was, if I'm fasting to heal an injury, how do I know when to stop? Honestly, it's an inexact science. I'm listening to my body as much as I can, and sometimes I'm making choices based on external factors, right? So a couple of years ago, it was 2.5 years ago, I think it was August, 2.5 years ago, when I broke my hip, right? Fell off the wall, 10 feet onto concrete, broke my hip, fasted. About 3 or 4 days into the fast, I got an email from my bank, Citibank, saying they were closing my account. I probably would have been better off fasting for 2 or 3 weeks. I fasted for 8 days, I think, and then I flew to Miami to go open a bank account because I only had a short amount of time to get back here to be open. I needed to get that done. Sometimes you do what you need to do. It's interesting because all of my injuries have healed really quickly. This one, not nearly as quickly as the other ones. And I think the reason why is I didn't give it long enough. I broke the fast prematurely. But I didn't see continuing to fast while traveling to San Jose, flying to Miami, traveling to a hotel, spending a whole day running around looking for, trying to open a bank and run other errands. That didn't make any sense to me. So I broke my fast before I left. It would have been better to go longer, but it just didn't work out that way.
You could still do that now, though, couldn't you? When you get the chance, you could still fast to heal that.
Well, I fasted since for other injuries.
Yeah,
Again, I fast at least once a year for an injury,
yeah.
every year. Broken bone, that was an injury, but the bot worms in my wrist, I told you about those. Snake bite.
Has your hip fully healed since you've done the other part?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I have no restrictions. For a while, I could still feel a little bit of a lump here, not so much anymore. Yeah, I mean, for a while there, if I lie on the side, I would feel a little bit. Now, pretty much perfect. Yeah.
How does fasting work on soft tissue injuries?
The question was, how does fasting work on soft tissue injuries? No different. I mean, understand that the body is self-healing, right? Regardless of what kind of tissue it is. If it's tissue that can heal, the body is self-healing. Fasting just allows the body to heal more efficiently and more effectively. So soft tissue injuries heal really quickly with fasting. You guys have to really, really get clear about this, okay? One thing on the planet can heal your body. What is it?
Your body.
That's it, nothing else. If someone says, hey, this is a miraculous thing that can heal you. No, it can't, okay? If it appears to, it's treating symptoms. Okay, now you might want to get rid of symptoms, and if there's a non-toxic, non-harmful way to do that, maybe that's okay. Although normally I would say don't manipulate the body. You're creating unintended side effects. But the bigger problem is that most of the time, medicinal substances that appear to have this medicinal effect, they're toxic to us. They're harmful to us. The body's reacting in a way that creates symptomatic relief while making the body more toxic. So I literally don't treat anything with anything. I mean, no herbs, no ice, no heat, nothing. Hi, enjoying my videos? If you'd like to learn much more, check out the Academy for Vibrant Living, where our Vibrant Health course will teach you everything you need to know to take your health to an amazing new level. And if you'd like to turn your passion for health into a lucrative career, check out the Health Coaching course, where you can become a professional certified health coach and help as many people as possible see amazing results.